Hey everybody, we're talking today about why sex stops happening in long-term relationships. I'm Dr. Diane, board-certified sexologist and your libido doc. And so I'm going to tell you a personal story here. So my partner and I had not had sex in 3 weeks, which was the longest we have gone in our 4-year relationship. And this was due to several reasons. This was due to having the flu and then followed up with pneumonia and kids being sick and travel in there and many other things going on with the business. And it was just a lot, right? But normally in my normal life, even when things get really crazy, this is still something that is prioritized. And so I was taking a walk with my partner last night right before dinner. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly how it happens. It happens because life just gets like that little bit of too busy and we get into this new habit, right? I could see it happening like in real time, how these habits start, how it's like, okay, we're just too tired and now we're sick and now there's this and now there's that. And before you know it, not being intimate is the new norm. And once that's the new norm, oftentimes it's just not talked about it. And if it is, it's kind of brushed over and you're busy and you're tired and all the things. So I wanted to make this video because it was just a different level of, I think, personal awareness of the moment, right? I felt like we were in this moment last night of this is when it happens. And so when you see those moments in your relationship, I think one of the biggest and most important things to do is to recognize it, to name it, and then to actually do something to bring it back into balance. So for my partner and I, we came home, we made love, we got back on track, and we talked about how we're going to get back on track over the next couple weeks of prioritizing our intimacy. And here's the other thing. This is why I think it's so important and why I do this work, which is I was starting to find myself just annoyed about little things that don't normally annoy me in my relationship. And the greatest thing I think about intimacy in long-term relationships is the bonding that happens, the oxytocin, the vasopressin, these chemicals that are so good for our health, but that also bond us with our partner and in many ways put us on the same team. And it's not that these things that were annoying me are not important to talk about, but all of a sudden, because of the intimacy, now we're back on the same team. And now to bring up something that was maybe annoying to me, now I'm doing it from a different place, from a place of, hey, we're on the same team. This could flow a little better. How can we work together to have this flow a little better and do this conversation with compassion and love and kindness and request? Because all of a sudden we're back on the same team again. And I think the vicious cycle that happens is we lose that bond. We lose that intimacy. We lose that ability to be on the same team. And it just becomes normal. So how we get out of this in many ways is not focusing too much on the past and looking to say, well, what can we change moving forward? If you haven't had sex in 6 months or a year or whatever else, rather than talking about all the things and all the reasons why, start to say, well, how can we actually change this in the future? How can we say today, this week, this month, what are we going to start doing different? And sometimes that reflection on the past can be useful, right? It's not that we want to ignore it. Sometimes there's really important information and lessons there. But I do think sometimes people spend so much time trying to sort that out versus saying like, okay, let's show up together and be back on the same team and work together on this. And this is why I'm so passionate and like the purpose of my work really is in helping people that have lost that intimate connection find it again. And not only find it again, but find it in a way that is better than ever before, because I truly see this is possible. And I truly see that this is one of the cornerstones that can keep couples really healthy and happy and in love and falling in love over and over and over and over again. So if you want more on how to communicate about this, because these types of conversations can be tricky, and to learn techniques and to learn novelty in monogamy and how to work with vaginal dryness and erectile dysfunction and all the things, please, please, please join my Libido Club. I teach you all of that and so much more. Plus, you get live calls with yours truly, so you can ask me your questions in real time. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in another video.